One fine evening at Utah State University, two students were particularly stressed as both had foolishly put off homework until the last minute and had assignments due at 11:59 p.m. Here we have Sergio, the English major. Tonight he has 2 units of calculus homework and only 3 hours to complete his work. Next we have Austin, the math major. He has 3 essays to write and, just like Sergio, a mere 3 hours to complete his work. Coincidentally, the two were in the same area of campus, cursing their professors' names and hating their lives. They began to contemplate whether it would be worth it to bother completing their assignments, or if they could handle dropping out of college, changing names, and migrating to Nova Scotia. Driven by frustration, they gave up all hope and decided to head home, for the idea of surrender had quickly become the more enticing plan. Suddenly, as if by some miracle, our heroes' paths crossed. Sergio recognized the Rogerian approach essay format in an instant, and Austin's eyes lit up at the sight of partial derivatives and gradient vectors. Immediately, they expressed an enthusiasm for the work the other so thoroughly loathed. Now, it just so happens that in the time that they have left to finish their homework, Sergio is capable of completing either 2 units of math or 3 essays, and Austin is able to do either 4 units of math or 4 essays. Even though Austin has the absolute advantage in both math doing and essay writing, it wouldn't be most advantageous for him to handle it all alone. We can better understand this by looking at the opportunity costs. In the case of Austin, the amount of time it takes to write 1 essay, he could have completed an entire unit of math, whereas the time to write 1 essay for Sergio would only cost him 2/3 a unit of math. Now, how much does a unit of math homework cost? For Sergio, it costs an essay and a half, but for Austin, it only costs him 1 essay. Since Austin has the lower opportunity cost for doing math, he has the comparative advantage in this subject, but since it is more expensive for Austin to write the essay, Sergio has the comparative advantage there. In the end, they decided it would be mutually beneficial for them to make a trade, each getting their work done with the greatest efficiency and with greater happiness, and they actually ended up with time to spare. How nifty! The deadline arrived and the assignments were completed by the individual who specialized in the subject. They had managed to eliminate wasted time and increase their happiness, and they lived happily ever after. But only momentarily. Here they learned the lesson of trade-offs, for every choice involves something gained and something lost. Turns out that Austin failed his English class for submitting another's work as his own, and Sergio got a crappy grade on his math final because he hadn't learned the material. Whoops. For our situation, the trade-off is this. Spending their time on the less pleasant homework will yield more success in the class, whereas spending time doing someone else's easier homework will unfortunately leave them lost in their own class. In the case of our heroes, they learn that by taking the risk of allowing another to do his homework, each experiences the consequence of a lousy grade in the end. Yay for trade-offs!
My name is Kira, and I did the voiceover and contributed to the script.
My name is Austin. I helped plan the storyboard, and I was also an actor in the film.
My name is Sergio, and I was an actor in the film.
My name is Justin Bresee, and I did the shooting and the editing for the video.